नमस्कार मित्रांनो, this is Arvind Kyolekar from the main campus of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University. So, we have completed our first lesson uh, in this series, in which we saw definitions of science, engineering, technology, architecture, and mathematics. I hope you have reviewed all those definitions. In this second lesson, we are going to define software engineering, and we are defining the software engineering in terms of six abstractions or concepts that begins with uh, words which starts with letter P. So that's why I am calling it as a 6 P's of software engineering. So all of I think you have used software systems like IRCTC's ticket booking software, uh, Microsoft Office, and a software system called OIO, which is typically allows us to book hotel rooms. So these are few examples of software systems. Basically, software engineering allows us to adopt a systematic approach to build such software systems, which we have just saw, that is IRCTC, railway reservation system, Microsoft Office, OIO. If you observe these three different software systems, is that they allow us to they solve a specific problem. For example, IRCTC uh, allows us to book ticket, and it does it in a very efficient way. It provides 24/7 service. So MS Office allows us to create various documents like writing applications and so on. So software engineering is a systematic approach which allows us to build such computer-based solutions to some real-life problems. If you see that, let us take the example of Office as a software system. There are various instances of Office applications like LibreOffice, MS Office, Google Doc. They provide the same solution like creating applications, creating documents, but they have some similarities as well as differences. If we see that MS Office allows us to create a document, the system can be installed and mm, in your system. We can use it whenever we want to use it. If you compare this with the Google Doc also provides the same functionality, but it needs to have internet connectivity. And by having internet connectivity, we can share the document among multiple users. But MS Office does not allow us to share easily. It does not easily allow us to share the documents among multiple users. So there are some trade-off associated in between these. One is allowing us to have internet connectivity. Other is does not require internet connectivity, but it does not allow us to share the documents. So there is some trade-off is associated with the different instances. So software engineering, we can see it as a problem-solving process in which there are multiple solutions out there, and a trade-off is associated between these different solutions. We saw in the previous lesson that every engineering discipline is based upon some scientific discipline. Like for example, civil engineering is based upon physics. In the same way, software engineering is based upon computer science. Uh, in this lesson, we are going to define software engineering in terms of six different abstractions or concepts. And these six abstractions or concepts are properties, uh, principles, products, people, projects, and processes. If you observe all these concepts are beginning with letter P. That's why we are calling it as the six P's of software engineering. When you start learning software engineering, these six concepts occur again and again and again. So these are the recurring concepts, and it is essential to understand the meaning of all these six concepts. And we are going to define software engineering in terms of these six P's. The first P, we are calling it as the product. Every engineering discipline creates some products. Like for example, civil engineers creates a building. So building is the product of civil engineering. Like automobile engineering or mechanical engineering creates vehicles. So vehicle is the engineering product of mechanical engineering or automobile engineering. In the same way, television sets are created by electronic engineer. So television set is the product created by the electronics engineering field. So if we see that all engineering disciplines creates their own engineering products. In the same way, the software engineering also creates their engineering product. We are calling it as the software system. We saw some examples of the software systems like IRCTC railway reservation system, warehouse, hotel room booking systems, MS Office. These are the typical examples of the software engineering product. But if we compare this with other disciplines, the software engineering offers its engineering products in two different variations, which we are calling it as the product as well as the service. So software is considered as a product as well as software as a service. So we are going to differentiate between the product and service. There are some softwares which you can download and install on your laptop and use whenever it is required. For example, operating system is a software, MS Office is a software. These are some of the software that you can download, install, or buy and install, and you own those software systems as you own your houses. So that engineering objects are called as the product. There are some software applications like Google's mail service. You use it whenever you want to use and then log out. So that kinds of software systems are called as the service. So software is available as a product as well as a service. The main difference between the product and service is the ownership. You own the product and you use the service as and when it required. So this is the basic difference between the software as a product and software as a service. So there are different types of software products are there. One type of the softwares are the business softwares. The softwares like railway reservation system is a business software. They tries to achieve some business goals like the railway organization, Indian Railway wants to provide 24/7 hour service for booking railway tickets to its customers. So that was the main goal of that. So all business softwares achieve some business goals. The system softwares for like MS Office or database management systems, their main purpose is to manage the system resources efficiently. So that is the main objective of the system software. So real-time softwares are the third type of softwares. For example, you are using the services like YouTube, in which the time delay is it must be the time delay the time for the streaming should be in a continuous way so that the users of the service cannot experience any delay in between that. So that kinds of softwares are called as the real-time softwares. The fourth type of the softwares are called as the embedded softwares. These softwares are present in some hardware devices like your television sets. There is software is present. Air conditioners also software is present. Refrigerators contain software. So these softwares are called as the embedded softwares. Also, we can use the softwares to create the softwares like the integrated development engineering. So software can also be used as a tools to develop the software. The compiler is a software which is used to develop another software. DB database management system is also a software. So some softwares are used as a tools to generate some new software. So these are the four basic different types of softwares that we must differentiate. Then another kind of variation of the software product is called as the software product line. Uh, I would like to explain this term with one example. Like let us take the example of Office suite. In the Office suite, there are different types of software systems are present, like the softwares that are used to create like documents, like MS Word. Then there is Excel software is present. Then Access is present, which is used to create the databases. If you see these three different types of softwares, then there are some set of common functions that are available across these different software systems. Like MS Word contains commands like open file, create new file, save file, print file, and the same kinds of commands are also present in Excel program. The same kinds of commands are also present in Access. So these same kinds of features are present across different types of products. When some same functionality is present across different products, then this functionality can be is considered as a reusable functionality. So software product lines contains some common functionality that are present across similar products, and it offers as a software product line. At the same time, there are some variations are also there. Like in case of the MS Word, we need to have a special program for spell checking, for special program for grammar checking, which may not be present in Excel program. So these are the variations between the similar product. So product line is a set of software systems which have some commonality. At the same time, it has some variability. So the common functionalities are considered as the core access. Another example is the Eclipse core framework. Then some specific functionality are called as the specific assets. In case of the Eclipse functionality, it is called as the Java plugin, C++ plugin, and Python plugin. So these are the examples of the software product line. The second P that is important for software engineering point of view is called as the processes. When we the abstraction called the process is different than the abstraction we have studied in operating system called process. In operating system, process is a program in a state of execution. In case of the software engineering, software processes are any business processes like railway reservation system is also an example of a process. Software processes, the typical characteristics of the software processes are that they transform the information. They take input information as an input and they produce the information as an output. So that's why these processes are called as the information transformation processes. All these software processes are the human centric. Why here the human centric is important? Because in other engineering disciplines like the manufacturing, the degree of automation is very high as compared to the degree of automation that is present in the software engineering field. So that's why all these processes are the human centric and the human involvement is important. Software process engineering processes are complex in nature, means that one process consists of the many different kinds of sub-processes. Like for example, requirements engineering is a process in which there are different sub-processes are present, like